And if you are showing up with a string of numbers or just only your first name, please put in the chat who you are, your troop number, something like that.
That'd be great. Thank you, Rolinda. Okay, and then if you would also mute unless you're speaking, that would help us out tremendously as well. And we will go ahead and get started here. Are you all seeing my screen? Okay. So I'm Monica Legleiter. I am the manager of the troop engagement staff here at Girl Scouts of Kansas Heartland, and we have several other staff on tonight that we would like to introduce you all to, and they will all talk throughout the evening. I think the only one that's going to be on here that won't be talking would probably be Amy. Amy, you want to say hey?
Hi, everybody.
Okay. Amy is our manager of the business process team. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
I never know if I should say membership or business process. I never know which one to
Yes.
say.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both. Troop, girl and volunteer placement, reporting, ultra camp, anything with our registration system. Yep.
Very good. Well, thanks for being on this evening. So this is the scoop. And what we do here this evening is we're going to take you through several of our departments and give you highlights and updates. Once this is over, we'll have a little Q&A opportunity at the end. And then in addition to that, we're recording it. So we will be sharing this via our Lead Her publication, as well as posting it on the Facebook group page. So kind of watch for that. So this evening, our agenda includes fall programming, council fundraisers, our fall product program, recruitment goals, and the work that we're doing there, our council shop, and annual meeting and recognition. And then we've got a couple of other items that we've also added in. So with that, I'm going to hand this over to Girl Program and let Ariel take over.
Hi, everyone. We have a couple of really great upcoming events. Our first one is our Haunted Stroll event for 2024. Our theme for the Haunted Stroll event is Ghost of Haunted Strolls Past, and we have a new spooky girl, and she's a ghost. You can see her there on the slide. She was thought up by our green teams. So they come up with our theme every year, and they work really hard to come up with new, interesting, exciting things for the girls and for the event. This year, we do have 2 weekends of Haunted Stroll. So remember that we have our younger girls on October the 12th for both our fairy tale trail, which is for the youngest girls, and our Pumpkin Hollow trail, which is for our kind of middle girls. And then on October 19th, we will have our spookier event in the evening, Boo Bash Trail. So you can register for all of those things on Ultra Camp at this time.
Okay.
And more upcoming events. We have Festival of Giving coming up from November 1st to the 17th. It happens every year. Great opportunity for troops to work with their girls to have some opportunities to make a difference in their communities, to do some volunteer work. So we have sent out our JOT forms to the service units for some signups. So check with your service unit managers for more information on Festival of Giving. And sorry, but I think that this slide is actually going to be reviewed in November, if I'm correct. Sorry, Jen, I don't think it got pulled from the slideshow. So I think you can skip on through this.
Okay. Did you have anything else you needed to share, Ariel?
That's all I've got.
Okay. Well, very good. So fund development, I'm going to hand over to Rolinda to talk for just a bit. So be sure you guys are telling who you are when you get on as well.
Hi, I'm Rolinda Sample, and I'm CEO of the Girl Scout Council. Yes. Um, we are coming up on our annual See and Sell holiday market. It has been a longstanding tradition for about 6 decades in Salina, and it will happen on Saturday, November 23rd. It's always the Saturday before the Thanksgiving weekend. And we're almost sold out already. We have so many great vendors. About 200 vendors usually come, and they have all kinds of variety of fun things. We also have some of our Girl Scout troops who are also there and help us out that day. So we are looking for volunteers ages 18 and older to help, maybe at the check-in desk or to making sure just to watch the doors, those kinds of things. And if you are interested in helping sell tickets or watch the doors, please get a hold of Kelly Leonard, and you can see her email there. It's always fun.
Thank you, Rolinda.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're going to hand this over to Jacqueline.
All right, I'm Jacqueline, and I am a product program specialist. I'm in the Garden City office, and I take care of most of Northwest and Southwest, almost all of it. So we're in the middle of fall product right now. Be sure to be checking your large envelopes for all upcoming deadlines. Also remember, fall product program is order taking program only, no cupboards and no reorders. If you do have people that are ordering online, there is an online order inquiry, or if you have problems with this, there's a customer service for assistance, and that number is on the screen. It's 1-800-372-8520. If they're ordering direct ship, we don't have, we're unable to assist with those needs, so you would need to call that number. Hey, thank you.
Thanks, Jacqueline. I was muted there. Okay, so we'll dive into recruitment. That's my area, I guess. So the animal dance parties have been going on. We have, with your help, already hosted 100+ animal safari parties since the 1st of August. That's been all across the state. If you are hosting one, I'm just putting in a little info here that we're really wanting to make sure that you are reviewing the Recruitment 101 guide that you're getting from your troop engagement specialist, and just checking out, kind of what we're hoping that you will do with that party, and then especially the follow-up. We want everyone who attends. So if I'm going to leave my house on Tuesday night to take my kid to a Girl Scout sign-up event, I'm doing that because I'm already interested or wanting to know a little bit more about Girl Scouting. If I wasn't interested, I probably wouldn't be there. So therefore, we need to get them while they're there. So we want to sign everybody up. We want to make sure that everybody is signed in on the sign-in sheet. There is a QR code that is provided on a table tent. It's just a little cardboard little tent that will stand. This is how we're asking all of our volunteer-led events to take place. We're wanting you to have the parents scan that QR code and register right there on their phones, devices, whatever it may be that they have with them. They can pay using credit or debit card, pick financial assistance or CanCare, or they can even pay cash. If they choose financial aid or can care, they have to fill out a second application for financial aid. The QR code for that form is at the bottom of the membership form, and we do send you a few copies of that, but we're not wanting you to use the paper forms unless you're collecting cash payments. The reason that we went with the jot form is because we really can't be having all of our volunteers out there collecting credit card information and financial aid assistant information. So there's a reason for the way that we're doing it this year. We have all of that paperwork then. So we've got the sign-in sheet, if we've got paper forms, if there's any cash money. What we've had a lot of our folks do is they go ahead and deposit that into a troop account, and then they call the troop engagement specialist and give the debit card number to them to pay for those folks that paid with cash. And that way you're not having to mail cash. But you have to be able to communicate effectively with your troop engagement specialist. So when they're calling you the next day, there's a reason. They want to know how it went. They want to know if you've got stuff to send them, if you've got questions, so that they can help answer those things. So answer your phone or call them back. That would be fabulous. We do appreciate all that you do to help make this happen. We've run into a few snags along the way this year. One of those things is that, for instance, we had 30 girls attend one event. We only had 12 girls sign up. The volunteer that was there just wasn't sure about, leadership and whether they can be in a troop. We should be communicating that information with you. If you're getting ready to do an event and you don't have that information, make sure you're saying, hey, I need to know, stop. I need to know who I'm putting these girls in. What troop are we putting them into? Membership forms. Some folks are sending the membership form home with the girls and telling them to sign up using the form. Well, what's happening is they're taking that paper form home and they're scanning the QR code on there, and they're thinking that they've registered. And they're saying, yeah, I registered last night. Well, what they've done is they filled out a financial aid form. They didn't register. And so then we're having to call them and say, hey, we still need to get you registered. And they're going, but I already did. And so there's a little bit of a confusion there. So we are running into a few bumps. And so we're just asking for your help and patience to make sure that we're doing this in a way that, we're hoping that it's going to run very smoothly the next time we roll into this. Also, we're spending a lot of time calling to collect payments for can care numbers and things like that because they're not filling out that financial aid form when they've registered using the QR code. We want this to be as streamlined as possible to make it easier for the girls to get into the troops so that they can start doing fun things right off the bat, and we don't have them hung up while we're waiting for parents to give us a call back. So do what you can to get them signed up that night, all the pieces in place. Okay, and so with that, the reason that we do all of that is because we have goals. And for the council whole for this year, I did not write down that number, and I should know that number as a whole. Rolinda, do you know it right off the bat? I know 1,500 new girls is our goal. 4,292 is the total number. Thank you, Jen Ashcraft. And she says she thinks. So that is the total number goal for both renewed and new girls. But our new girl goal I know is 1,500. This is where we're setting at currently. This was this morning. I pulled these numbers. So it kind of gives you an idea. The service unit that you're in, the girl goal, that's both renewed and new girls. How many girls we currently have today, how many more we need to get to that number, and what the percentage is to that goal. So we've got a couple that are up in the 80s, high 90s, or, low 90s and high 80s. But we got some that are sitting down there still needing to make a lot of progress. So we need your help to make this all happen. Ooh, tired. They just got at least 3 at their safari party. That's awesome. Good job. I love that. So that's what I have for membership. So council shop, Rhonda's not on this evening, is she?
I don't
Okay.
believe she's on.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go over this slide then for her. So we're celebrating. To me, it's a celebration because it only happens once a year. Our Back to Troop sale is effective right now for this week only, where you get 15% off of pretty much everything in the council shops. Includes uniforms, components, handbooks, the requirements, and all the apparel. So all of the goodies are included. The Back to Troops shop Saturday was Saturday, but we're still taking those in store, by phone, and on the shop order form through the rest of this week. So there's no minimum purchase, and it does exclude earned awards. So badges, journeys, those kinds of things are not included in that 15% off. But now is the time to make sure your parents are going out and getting what they need for their kids to wear and all that jazz. So, annual meeting and recognition breakfast was the next thing that we had on our agenda. And so again, I'll keep talking. The recognition breakfast and annual meeting is going to be held on November 2nd. I just realized, oh, it is on there. It's at 9 a.m. It's going to be at Wichita State University in the Radigan Student Center. This year, you can attend via Microsoft Teams from your home, or you can attend in person at WSU. Then we will start the morning on this, then we will go into our annual meeting where we'll discuss all of the bylaws and board members and the state of the council and all the good things. Then once we wrap that up, we'll roll right into our volunteer recognition, where those that are being recognized are going to receive awards and then celebrate our bronze, silver, and gold award Girl Scouts to wrap up the morning. So I did notice in the Spark magazine that more information regarding our 100-year council centennial is going to be shared at annual meeting. So you're going to want to come and find out all about that. And you register for the annual meeting recognition breakfast on Ultra Camp. It needs to be done by October 27th. And volunteer training, Jen Ashcraft, are you able to talk?
I am. I arrived back from Garden
Excellent.
City at 8:01, so I can join the meeting
Awesome.
today. So perfect timing after being on the road. GS Learn updates for everybody. We have been working to kind of make some updates in GS Learn to reduce the clutter. If you've been in GS Learn in the past, there has been a lot of training opportunities for you, all listed on your dashboard. And we've kind of reorganized and replaced things. So on the dashboard are required courses for 3 main roles. Required courses for new troop leaders, all organized together in a learning path. Required courses for new product program managers. If you're not the troop leader, you're only doing product program, there's a learning path specifically for you, and a learning path for checking account signers. So maybe you're not the troop leader, you're not the product program manager, you're just the second person on the troop checking account that needs some training to know that what you're doing officially. That learning path is there as well. And then all of those supplemental courses, great things to learn about. Bronze Award, for example, Silver Award, how to host a great troop meeting, how to take your girls outdoors. All of those supplemental trainings are now in the course library. So if you've taken all those required pieces and you're looking for some extra learning, go into the course library, search for what you're looking for, or just kind of scroll through the options. Everything that used to be there is still there, except for a bunch of COVID-related things. We've retired those, but find them now in that supplemental area. Heartland Essentials. Monica, I'm going to pass that back to you to tell us about Heartland Essentials.
Okay, so Heartland Essentials is our added in-person training that we're doing for brand new leaders. Once they've completed the GS Learn online piece, which I think there's 9 modules, and that we're requiring 5 of those modules be done. Once they've completed those 5, then we'll be sending more information about the next step, which is the Heartland Essentials. Now, if you are on our event calendar and you see that there's a Heartland Essentials tomorrow, which there's one Wednesday in Wichita, and you haven't had an opportunity to finish or won't have an opportunity to finish the online piece by that date, you can still come to Heartland Essentials. It just may not make as much sense to you. But you're still welcome to attend then. The Heartland Essentials is also kind of a hybrid opportunity. If you live in Garden City, but the event is Wednesday in Wichita, you can still participate virtually. And then we will have those folks that are also in person. It's a one-on-one type opportunity where you're actually talking to a council staff member, can answer questions on the fly as we're going. We touch base about all things that are specific to Girl Scouts of Kansas Heartland. How do you open a checking account here? What does a travel application look like and why do I need one? Those types of things. Okay.
So these new courses in GS Learn and Heartland Essentials are intended for our newest troop leaders who are just now getting started. But if you've been a troop leader for years, there is good information in all of these courses for you too. So if you're wanting a little bit more updated information from your original new leader training, I encourage you to go check out either the new leader onboarding course or come to these Heartland Essentials. I have a feeling even if you've been around for a lot of years, you'll learn something through these courses. So yes, absolutely. Question in chat there. You can absolutely attend, even though you're not a brand new leader. We also have a lot of great supplemental things happening in person. It's first aid, CPR, AED. That happens monthly at the Wichita office and scattered throughout the year in the other portions of our state. And outdoor camping. We have a lot of outdoor camping courses coming up in October and maybe early November, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, as well as the spring. So your Spark magazine should have arrived in your mailbox in a couple of days ago. If it hasn't yet, some of our further rural areas, it may still be on its way to you, but that Spark should be coming soon. It also has all of your upcoming youth events as well as training events, and they're on our website. I'm done, Monica. It's all back to you.
All right. And so now we've hit that other part of the moment, and so I'm going to hand it over to Rolinda.
Okay, and I'm going to answer a couple questions that are in the chat before we get too far along. Will the council shop be open after the recognition breakfast, which is the annual meeting? I believe we are having a shop on the go at the annual meeting. So reason to attend and see all the good things there. And for Festival of Giving, is the council selecting the project we need to choose as an organization? And we are letting troops choose and service units choose. We are collecting those acts of service, community service, for a part of our 100 years of celebrating as a chartered council. Okay, then. So you have
There
received...
was another question. It was regarding the shop. I was going to call in the morning. Is it 15% off per item or a total purchase? I would say total purchase, but I don't know the answer to that question.
I am not sure. I think it is total purchase.
I think it's total.
Based upon the eligible items, as you described.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I just happened to see that one there too.
Okay. You have received an email or you should have received an email shortly after 5 today, and that was from the council. So a special National Council session has been called by the National Board. And there are two proposals that will be discussed. One is for the girl dues, and the other is for the adult member dues. The adult member dues does not relate to lifetime membership, only the annual membership. And we have elected delegates from our council. I happen to be one of them. Helen Wimsatt, our board chair, is another. And then we have Samantha Hackerott, Peyton Pugh, Olivia Klein, and our alternates. And the alternates play a very important role, and they may end up being voting delegates. So they are prepared to step in and to serve as you have requested when you have elected them. So we have Amber Hackerott, Jamie Mills, Jamie Holland, who are also part of our overall delegation. So we will have a listening session on Tuesday, October 8th from 6 to 7 p.m. It will be available on Teams. Within the email that went out today, there is a link for you to register, and then you will receive the Teams login information. What this really is, we will talk a little bit about the proposals and why there are proposals on the floor for us to discuss at the National Council session. And then we want your feedback. And then we will also have a time where any of our membership can actually view the special National Council session. That is also within that email. And you can register through UltraCamp. We do want you to register for both things. I see that we've been very efficient, and we also put the online how to get to the thing on October 8th. That's great. We also would love to making sure that you're registered so that you are accounted for in that participation. Okay. So it is a very different opportunity for us. There has never been a special session called of the National Council session. So this is the first time. Within the Blue Book of Basic Documents, the National Board may increase dues up to 25% of their current dollar amount within a 3-year triennium. Okay. So every 3 years, the National Council actually convenes, but the National Board may raise those dues up to 25%. So $6 and change, right, is the maximum that they could raise it on their own without calling a special session or going to the regular session. So proposal number 1 is that girl members pay annual dues of blank, and that blank will be determined by the delegates, voting delegates at the National Council session. Okay. It is interesting to have a blank in there. I know. But the recommended amount from GSUSA is $85 per girl per year, and it would be phased in. So potentially girl membership in 26 would be $68, And in membership year 27, it would be $77. 8, then it would be at $85. Okay, so that's even a little more complicated than just one number, right? Because it has that a 3-year phase in. There is a number of other pieces of information that go along with this, and we will go into more detail during the listening session. I do want each of you to remember membership dues in their entirety go to GSUSA. None of the membership dues that are paid come to the local council. The council for membership year 25 has a $15 council service fee. That was the very first time that we have had it, and that is $15. Our board looks at that every year and will continue to look at that and determine what amount. In the blue book, it does say that the council service fee can be the same amount, up to the same amount as the girl dues. Okay. Moving on to the second proposal. The second proposal is that adult members pay annual dues of blank. Currently, as you know, they are $25. And the recommendation from the national board is that they will become $45. There is no escalation or year over year increase proposed. It would become effective all in membership year 26. So those are the only two proposals that are on the agenda for us at the National Council session. So again, I want your feedback. The other delegates want your feedback. We are convening as a delegation so that we are making sure that we are providing opportunities for our membership to give us feedback. And then we will take that feedback and we can each vote our own way as delegates. Even though I'm the CEO and we have girl members or adult members who are part of the delegates, each of us are separate voting. Okay. It is not as one entire council voting. There's probably a lot of things that may be swimming around in your mind.
Jen has provided the links for the listening sessions, both in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Monica, do we have a few minutes for some basic Q&A?
That's fine.
Okay, and again, I am one delegate. We have 5 votes. So 5 people will be voting. I also know that there are some troops with our girl members age 14 and above who are interested in being delegates coming up, right? And we are voting on who we have elected delegates, right? And so we have elected 3 youth who were elected at our annual meeting a couple years ago to serve in this capacity. So if you are interested at some point being a delegate, I encourage you to kind of think about that and being able to represent the membership as a whole.
So, Rolinda, there is a question in chat looking for some clarification on how the vote works or how delegates make their choice.
Each delegate has an independent vote. Okay, so Rolinda may vote one way, and another of our delegates may vote the same or a different way. Okay. There will be proposals taken from the floor because it is a fill in the blank, and one of that proposals will be for the adults 45. They are asking for at least 4 numbers to fill in that blank to be voted on. There is this whole process, and that has been vetted through the National Parliamentarian of how we will vote on the amounts that are put forth. And then if a majority is not met on any of those individual proposals of numbers that are put forth, then we will vote again. We'll take off the one that has the least, and we'll keep voting until we have a majority. So it will be a very, very interesting process with a fill in the blank. Okay. How many girls do they plan on losing with the price hikes? GSUSA has done some work on that, and they are anticipating some girls will not be participating in the future years, and we will go into more detail during our listening session on that.
There
And
was
if somebody
another question a little bit further back asking if the listening session would be recorded if they're not able to attend live.
we have not planned on recording that. There's a question, is if there is a hike in the prices, some parents have multiple girls, will financial aid still be an option? Yes, we are still planning for financial assistance. And remember, financial assistance comes from the council. It does not come from national. And we also, as a reminder, we do accept canned care to help pay for the membership dues for the youth.
I think the bigger question in this is that the girls are collecting or earning program credits, and we usually make them use our program credits prior to anything else, so they're wanting to know how that's going to affect their program credits.
I would say at this time, you're required to use your program credits first, but I think that there will be further discussions among council regarding policies and different things, and the domino effect of the decisions. So we don't have an answer for you today, Lindsay, but that is something that we would consider.
And remember, the proposal is for 85, but it is a 3-year phase-in.
And care covers up to $50 per year per child as well to help with the financial assistance for those who have care.
And this is a proposal, so keep that in mind. Your voice is very important here, and that's why the council has asked for put together this listening session to get what you all are thinking, and that way the delegates have the best information they know when they're going in.
And if you have suggestions on what that amount should be for the girl and what that amount should be for the adults, we want to hear that too. Because our council, one of our delegates, could make that as one of the figures that is being voted on. And it could be, I mean, 25, it could be 100. I mean, anything, right, is available when it is a fill in the blank. And I did want to reiterate that I wanted to making sure that we had an opportunity to speak to you as leaders of the service units and the troops within the service units before we had the listening session with everyone else. And that's why the communication went out this afternoon, early evening, to our membership, because I wanted to make sure that you all had an opportunity to kind of hear about this first, right? So there was a question on how does the price hike benefit the girls? So, there is a lot of information behind that, and there's a number of accelerators that GSUSA have put in place based upon the a varied level of dues. So let me get to that. So, if it is 25, there will be no changes. Okay. If it is $45 for the girls, stabilization of the national organization starts to take place. And this is really why that the national board has called a special session, because they have had 6 years of deficits. Also at 45 is DEIRJ training and resources come into part of the offerings. A Girl Scout experience box for first year's daisies. So that is something that is only this year, only membership year 25 that we're coming into, that is guaranteed at no cost to the council or to the troop. But at $45, that would continue. And improvements to the digital cookie experience. So then at 65, those things plus 85, those things at 45, 65 plus. And so all of those details will be in the listening session. We will have all of those slides available and up for you at that time. Okay. There's potentially other things that can help make it easier for our adults, such as another year of the experience box for our new leaders, opportunities for the girls as well. So I just wanted to, there's a variety of accelerants that are with each of those different amounts.
So been around for a long time, so I just have to throw this out there, food for thought. So when Rolinda's email came today, I had just had a conversation with the other gal in my office about stopping at Cold Stone on Friday, and I bought myself an ice cream cone. Hadn't been there yet to the new one in Hayes, America, and I was just astounded that I spent $9 on an ice cream cone. And so this email came out and I said, on Friday, I just took 3 months from a girls' membership in Girl Scouts, because where we sit right now today at $40 for the year, that's $3.33 a month. a month, and I ate an ice cream cone for $9 and took 3 months of Girl Scouting away from a kid. I have to think about that, just kind of put it in perspective a little bit. My Scooter's coffee, $6 and some odd cents. That's 2 months of Girl Scouting. You can't do it cheaper. I mean, this is a wonderful program that we're giving our girls, and they're getting it for $3.33 a month right now. So kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at things. Everything goes up, but the value that they're getting out of Girl Scouting is way more than $3.33 a month. So Ann Spindler has shared something here.
Those are all the accelerators that I was talking about.
Very good. Thank you, Ann. Okay. Thank you, Rolinda. So everybody get signed up for the listening session so your voice can be heard. We very much appreciate it. Got one more slide here, and Jen kind of touched on it a little bit ago. I wanted to make sure that we highlighted our Spark magazine. In the past, we've called it #sisterhood, and then we had a Spark magazine in addition to that. They're all encompassing, all one magazine now. You're going to get council news, happenings, things that are going on in product program, things that are going on at summer camp, pictures and highlights of girl awards. It's just full of all kinds of wonderful things. You should have received one in your mailbox. If you didn't, you can get it online. You go to our council website at kansasgirlscouts.org. You're going to click on the events and activities tab, and it's one of the first items at the top called activity guides, and you can click. So if you're on your lunch break at work and the book is at home and you're wanting to know what events are coming up, there's a great resource for you right there on your computer. So just wanted you to be aware that that was there and that everything's all together. A couple of other things that I wanted to just highlight before we exit out of here. I was going to mention it when Jen was talking about training. We are looking for outdoor camping and first aid CPR trainers. The ones we have, we're wearing them out. So if you are interested in helping in either of those departments, please get a hold of Jen or myself. You want them to go to the program team, Jen? Where you want them to go? Just to Jen. Okay. So let us know if you're interested in that, especially in the South Central region. We're needing some help down there. So Jen just posted that out there. The next meeting is going to be, well, it's not a meeting, it's an edition. The next Scoop edition will be on Monday, October 28th at 8 p.m. And one of the things that's on the agenda, we'll post the agenda generally email that you get at the first of the month. We'll let you know what's going to be coming at the end of the month on the Scoop. But one of the items for this one is tips for event coordinators. So there will be a breakout session. So if you are a service unit manager or an event coordinator, you will want to be on that call. So make sure that you're telling your event coordinators to be on. It's going to be a great fun time. So we've got another item here. Not getting the emails. Are you answering that, Jen? Okay, very good. Thank you. And then when it comes to the Scoop itself, we did record this, and so we are sharing that. We're putting it up on our YouTube channel. It's being shared then on the link will be in the Lead Her magazine. We're posting it on the Volunteer Connections page on Facebook. It was just a recording this last month. Honestly, have not visited with Jen about it, but I'm thinking we may also share the slide deck so that you've got that information as well. So it's, yeah, it won't have all the dialogue, obviously, of what we've talked about, but we will definitely be able to share the slide deck itself. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you giving of your time this evening, and I hope that we've answered some questions that you may have had. We want to to help out and do whatever we can to help you be the best leaders you can be. So thank you for all that you do. We'll hang on here for just a little bit if any of you are wanting to stick around and have some questions. I know not everybody's comfortable asking questions in front of everybody, but we'll hang on here. So thanks again.
Monica, if you want to go ahead and stop the recording for any of the